So hello, this is the test automation meeting, which is happening on October 24th. And we have people on the call. So there are, I hope everybody can see my screen. If not, please send me a note on the chat window. Okay, so there are not many items on the agenda today, but I just put two items in there. But if there are any other items people want to discuss, feel free to add them on this Google Sheet or Google Docs, and we can take up the items according to the time, or we can just talk about some of the items. You can just bring it on. All right. So the first one, talking about the status updates. Maybe we can start with NorthForge Infosys first. NorthForge, do you want to update anything?
Just that I was kind of blocked there for a bit, trying to understand how we proceed with when there's more than one ONU. But I think we got a consensus there. Andy provided information as to how we felt we go forward with a framework that satisfies both scaling and a fixed number of ONUs, but greater than one, a reasonable number, 16, 64, whatever number, where we put in the ONU serial numbers into the config file. So with that information, I can move forward. So.
Okay, thanks, Gil. And also, I submitted a patch yesterday regarding the same to work on the physical pod as well. So probably after the meeting, I can just share it with you so you can look at it and then make your changes accordingly.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I have two pending also updates in Garrett. I think they're ready to be merged. One is the lint issues, and I forget the other one was. Anyways, I have two Garrett reviews just pending to be merged. So I think you say you were waiting for this physical pod testing to be completed and getting it to run properly before you proceeded to merge those. So I guess you're ready for them now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure. I don't think lint is a problem. Maybe lint patch could be merged, but the other one I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Probably after the meeting, you can send us a Slack message with the two patch items, and we can look at it.
Can you repeat what you said about lint? It's not a problem. It will go in. Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, because lint, sometime back I did review that patch, and I felt that was fine. So unless there is another patch that you are mentioning, so just send us both.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, it was for keywords that had a single item in there, and there is some of that in the code that I'll be submitting. And I think they were in existing, like in Sanity robot file before, but I guess now we're just going with the other one. So I'm not sure there is there, but going forward, there's nothing wrong with having a single item into a keyword, and the default is 2, so I was changing that to 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was the other change, for lint, just to get rid of all the noise, and then we should go. And I also added the that information for the line numbers, to get everything within the 120 characters, and I put that into the FAQ, the guidelines, whatever that Andy was working on. Yeah. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Gil. Anything else from your side?
No, that's all for me for now.
Okay. And I'm not sure if you are aware about the test automation Brigade email alias. You can also communicate using that alias. So,
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
all right, okay, I'll send you the link to get
Okay.
on there.
All right.
Okay,
Is there a channel on Slack for test automation, or maybe there is, or
we have a
already? Yeah.
yeah, we have a QA channel in the COD project. So if there
Okay.
are any QA related items, we usually discuss there. But
Okay.
in specific to this particular project, Saurav had created uh, the Google email accounts for this group account. So we have a test automation group account, so we can just use that alias and then communicate.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah, so there might be like faster responses, and it will also help others to get more information if they are stuck with anything, if they are stuck with the same kind of issues.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gil. Emphasis?
Yeah, hi, Sanjita. This is Hema here.
Like,
So currently we are working on two Jira items. The one is 2010, which is on logger functionality, and the other one is 2023, which is on Radius server restart. So we have got some of the internal review commands, so we are working on the implementation part. Other than that, we are working on this hardware setup also. So configuration part is done. So now OLT is not coming up. So we are debugging it. I have sent you the configuration files also. So if you get time, you can look into that. And
okay, yeah, we can look at it. Did you send an email?
yeah, yes, I have sent.
Okay, thanks, Hema.
Yeah.
So will you be connecting the to the ONF Jenkins, the part that you have at Infosys?
That is still in discussion only here. So still that is not yet confirmed. So once I get the update, I'll
Oh,
update you guys.
okay. So how are you installing right now?
We are just trying for local test only.
Yeah, like
So
automated installation, or are you like manually installing the pods?
manually doing it.
Okay, and I think there was a question about if you connect it to the ONF Jenkins, does that mean that the pod has to be dedicated to this? And I think we wanted to say that that's not true. It's perfectly fine if you want to do development during the day, your day, and
Yeah.
and then when you're done, basically, then it's available for doing automated testing at night. So
Okay. So
I think
so
Suchitra and others are very comfortable with doing that.
okay. Okay.
I don't think it has to be dedicated completely to doing automated testing 24 hours.
Okay.
We
So
just have to be careful that when you're doing development on the same system, you return it to a state where it is ready for automated testing again. Because sometimes people leave some
correct.
state behind, um, or you've moved things around for whatever reason. Just if you bring it back to the state where it can be ready for automated testing, that should be good enough.
Okay. Yeah. And is it possible for us to access other ONF pods also during our daytime?
Um,
Did you?
that
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Go ahead, Sarah. Once
Well,
you're.
I don't know. I haven't thought about that actually. Is it possible to access other ONF pods? It could be. Um, I would have to. What would you want to do at the ONF pods?
No, if we are working on some local testing or Jira fixing, so is it possible to access?
Okay, let me think about that. I don't think that's come up before, at least in our internal discussions. So let me get back to you on that.
Okay, okay. And is there any timeline, like if we hook up to ONF Jenkins, so how long it is required our part there?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. How long? What? If you hook it to
Is it
ONF
any?
Jenkins,
Yeah,
then what?
our part. So is it for a long term or some hotel basis? So how long our part will be connected to ONF Jenkins? Is there any requirement for long term, or just
Well,
wanted to know the timeline? Yeah.
yeah. So this work that we are doing right now, our target timelines are till March of next year.
Okay.
So basically, we have some timelines with deliverables in the March of next year. So I'm expecting that this kind of project structure is going to be in place till then, till Q1.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe longer, but certainly till Q1.
Okay. So nightly regression runs are planned in all the parts, or is there any other plan is also there?
I'm not sure. Suchitra, do
Yeah.
we need to do nightly regression on all the pods?
At this time, we are just running only on one pod, but I think in later going forward, if depending on the number of tests and the type of tests, we might have to split the way that we want to run the tests on various pods. But let's say if Infosys is also hooking up to ONF Jenkins, it's always good to run a set of tests, build the pod, and then run this at least once a day. It could be nightly of their time, and in the morning they can again go back and continue development.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's depending on how many pods we have and what type of testing we are doing. Right now, we are just dedicating only one pod to do these kind of activities.
Okay.
Yeah, but whoever is bringing the pod and connecting to ONF, we would recommend that it's best to run at least once, as I was talking earlier, because that way um, we are making sure that nothing is breaking on different type of hardware that you are also bringing.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, and they don't take really long time unless it is taking for hours, then we can understand. But right now it's just
Yeah.
few minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's all from our side, Sanjitra.
Okay, thanks, Hema.
Yeah.
Anyone else have to provide any updates? Atran or people from Atran or anyone else on the call who already started test automation and they're stuck with anything and they want to discuss or share? Sorry.
Hi, Suchitra. This is Debashish from Oct24. So probably I would like to get to introduce myself to this forum.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Blissy is forefronting this video, but I have got introduced actually during the OI. So as Saurabh suggested, let me give you like we are trying to try to realize the SEBA architecture that you have defined, and we're trying to understand it so that we could rather contribute also. So for that, we have got connected to Saurabh, and in turn, we were also connected on the mails. So what Saurabh has suggested is to look into the automation part and the testing part initially. So we have been shared certain documentations also on Google Drive. We are going through that. Um, so regarding to move ahead with what exactly that L&T L&T technology services can contribute, I would like to get directly connected with you and start taking certain ideas and suggestions from you, like how we can contribute it over on the net. It's just only an introduction from my side.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jabashis. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You can reach out anytime to us on the email as well. And yeah, definitely we can help you get started also and then give some direction based on your experience and based on where you want to and how you want to proceed. Definitely.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Debashis. So, may I ask, like, how many people from your side will be working on this activity?
As of now, currently I'm the lead and I'm working with around 5 people in my team with this. So basically, I will be the main person who will be interfacing with you guys. So like for any other perspective, I have my engineers working along with me so that I can direct them for the task.
Oh, okay.
But mostly I'll be interfacing for most of the discussion.
Okay. Thank you, Debashis. Yeah, and then there are even there is this Jira item, Jira page dashboard that we are showing right now on my screen. This
Right, right.
testing brigade. So once you go through those documents, please also go through this. There are several stories here, and then just to get an idea of what is being in progress and what we have completed and what are the ones which are already left. And that also is shown in this spreadsheet here, but then you can pick and choose where you want to look through and then just get your information. I'm just letting you know that there is this Jira page as well.
Yeah, sure. Just one quick information. So this specific URLs and the pages are all available within the documentation that you have provided, right? I have not gone through complete set of documentation. I have just went through the test strategy and the cases and all those part. But with respect to the Jira aspect, I have not gone through. So I'll just go through those aspects. But so those how to access the environment and how to access these pages are all available on those documentation that you have provided in the link.
Yeah, most of this is available in the test strategy, but definitely if there is something that you are that is missing, and just please raise it on the email, then we can add
Okay,
information and or you can point out where you want to go and look for.
sure, sure, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Suchitra.
Okay, thank you, Debashish. Anyone else on the call to provide any updates? Okay. Okay, maybe from ONF side, I'll just give you guys a quick overview. So we have been working on these Jenkins jobs and then putting through these pipelines to work well with various profiles, tech profiles. So currently we are building the pod. If you notice this page here, which is on the Jenkins 2.x test, we have two main jobs that are running on our QA pods. This is Flex is the name of the pod, and this particular job is deploying the pod every night, and then it just uses the default profile, and that's the reason we have given a profile attribute here, which talks about default. And once the job is built, the test job is triggered, and this is exactly the name of the build job followed by the test on the side. So that indicates that this test job is triggered off of that master build job. And currently the whatever tests, the unified test that we have created, Voltha pod tests, it's just running with one OLT and one ONU. And if you see this, all the test results are passing. And likewise, we have another job that we created, which is again on the QA pod, which is building off of the master, again Voltha master, and then it pushes the tech profile to the CD. Right now we are testing 1T cont and 4gem tech profile. So this is the name of the profile that is being pushed. And once this job is completed, then the next followed by that, then we have this test job, which is triggered right off of the build job. Currently there is an issue where the pings are failing in this profile. So if you notice that all of these tests are failing for every build. So that's one of the changes that we made. And there are some cosmetic changes that we made to the main test case itself. Now in this week we will be working on to release
I just wanted to clarify to the people on the call, the test job is failing not because of the test itself. It's failing because the feature support is broken in Voltha. So the test is fine, is reflecting the current state of Voltha when using 1T cont 4gems. So once that gets fixed, the test will start passing, right?
Yes, thanks, Al. And this week we'll be working on to release the test to work with multiple ONUs, and we have the parts available to test that, and then we will be also using the same test to work on BBSIM as well. Then we will just update when the test is running. So most probably we will be incorporating the same test into this the jobs that we have right now, and changing the configuration on the pod itself to add more ONUs and then test it. And there have been more pods that we are bringing up as part of ONF itself to aid everyone, even development and QA automation. So we will be creating more jobs in this week as well. Any questions?
For building these is actually, is there any credentials that are going to create for us, or it's a generic credentials that you are using?
Yes, I'm sorry. Whoever is speaking can't hear you at all, or I'm not sure if it's just me.
No, I think the person who's speaking, it's completely breaking up.
Yeah,
I was seeing the same problem when Debashish was also speaking. But I'm not sure who's speaking right now.
Can you hear me right now? No, it's the Bashish only. Can you hear me right now?
It's a little better.
Okay. Just wanted to know whether to avail the Jenkins space, will there be a login created for us, or it's a generic login ID that everybody uses?
Each user has a login, so you have to register to OpenCode, and then your the same user ID and password works for Jira, wiki pages, and also Jenkins. For Jenkins, if you want to have some special permissions, then again we need to go through some authentication, and that process will be helped by Hungwei. I think he's in the call, and then maybe Hungwei, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, Hungwei, any suggestions?
Okay. Yeah. If you want to have some access to Jenkins, just email me your username and your email address, and I can help you to do that. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, so I think we all also covered as part of this update about the pod statuses and updates. But if there are any other questions regarding pod, or anybody wants to talk about their status on bringing up their pods, please bring it up. Or any other questions, please bring it up now. Okay, looks like no. But otherwise, if you have any generic questions or information that you require, so we have this document right here, which is talking about the pod requirements, and most of the information is here, so you can find it here. So please go through this if you are building your pod or trying to bring it up. And if there are any questions, just reach us to us on that mailing account, Test Automation Brigade email alias, or the Slack. Are there any items today to bring up? Anybody else wants to talk about anything? Any questions, concerns? Okay, I take it as no. Okay, so this document is on the brigade meeting agenda, is found as part of the on the calendar. So for next meetings or future meetings, please keep adding any items from your side. Anybody can add and access this Google Doc. So please feel free to add any items that you want to discuss further. Otherwise, I don't think we have any other items to discuss from our side as well. So looks like we don't have any. Okay, so we can meet next week, same time. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your participation.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks,
Thank
Suchitra.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Suchitra. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.